One of the greatest needs today is for introducers, people who know how to put others in touch with Jesus Christ. Much of the world is aware of him, but who is going to introduce them to him? Many of us teach Sunday school, take part in Bible study groups, live ethical lives, and all of this is important. But Jesus Christ is a living person, not a formula, activity, or organization. Sharing our faith ultimately means introducing persons to the person. Andrew, one of Jesus' first band of 12, was sort of nondescript, seldom mentioned except in a list with the other disciples. Interestingly, every time Andrew is mentioned by himself, he's introducing others to Jesus. In John chapter 1 we read that he brought his brother to Jesus. In John chapter 12 he brought some Greeks that wanted to meet him. But think about what came out of those introductions. One of the greatest leaders of the New Testament, Simon Peter. One of the greatest statements Jesus ever made, when he saw the Greeks coming, he said, "And when I am lifted up from the earth, I will draw everyone to myself." Each of us ought to aspire to be an introducer like Andrew. It is tremendous to realize that we are not salesmen but co-workers with God. He is the evangelist, we are the introducer. You and I cannot convert anyone, but God can use us to lead people to him. Jesus said, "No one can come to me unless the Father who sent me draws them to me." Being an introducer requires a combination of humble patience and obedient expectancy. There is no more humbling experience than being on hand when God brings someone to himself. To see God creatively break into a life freshens my own spirit. It is like observing the birth of a child. As spiritual midwives, we need to watch how God is leading someone to himself so we may aid him. The key word here is faith. God is going to do his work in his way in his time and will use our witness as he wants. If we really believe this, we won't manipulate people or play on their emotions. We won't try to persuade people in any way that restricts their freedom. We won't seduce people for Christ by getting them to make the right decision for the wrong reason. We will urge people lovingly, but we won't push people who are not ready. We will watch for God's moment. We will introduce everybody we can, but we will force no one.